what we looked at with Dodeca is the idea that AI in general is kind of a garbage in, garbage out thing. So garbage in, garbage out. Computing has always been kind of a garbage in, garbage out, and it's more true with AI. So one of the things we realized that we have at Dodeca is we have these standardized, curated reports that give AI a good basis for analysis. So AI has to have a lot of good context. So we're passing that context in under the covers. I said, what's interesting about this income statement? I didn't have to give AI and Dodeca a lot of context about what I want to look at. It makes it a lot easier, a lot more dependable as well, because consistent inputs can give you consistent output. So this one is actually showing off a bit of the MCP server that Capris has. And we did architect this so that our connectors can connect to one or more MCP servers. So in this case, it's talking to Capris's MCP server that's talking to Essbase. What it's actually doing in this case is not looking just at the numbers that are on the worksheet, but it's drilling down essentially. So the MCP server has its ability to go drill down essentially into the numbers underlie this. So this is Northeast Manufacturing. If you're in the upper left of this spreadsheet, this can go underneath the covers and look at where all the different variances are and that type of thing. And it'll pretty soon spit out, an analysis of that. So it's a pretty cool capability. So the chat, by the way, we're just getting started with it. We have a lot more things we want to do with it, and I'll talk about some of those as we go further. But some of the things I'm not even showing that this chat is capable of, things like producing a nicely formatted PDF report of what you're going to see here. So you can actually have it do a PDF, dashboard essentially based on the results of AI. So this should come back here pretty quick.
We hear a lot about hallucinations where the AI is just kind of making things up. How can Dodeca maybe help with that in a chat like this?
Well, there's a two-pronged answer to that question. I'm going to address one prong of that a bit later, right?
Okay.
But the first prong is making sure you get that good consistent input. So the content, what you see with AI, or what you're putting into feed into AI, that's a huge piece of the puzzle there. So making sure you get that consistency, get the right thing in, get it in so that AI can understand it. With those types of things, it's hard for AI to figure out exactly what you're looking for. The numbers displayed were the results of 3 or 4 sum ifs that actually referenced other sheets. It's like, I figure that out. So what we do is we standardize things and make it really easy. And it's a very audible, first of all, for humans. But when you pass it to AI, it's a much easier thing for AI to digest as well.
Absolutely.
In any case, here we see the results, and it dug down and showed me where some of the variances were. So that's kind of what we're working on right now for AI and what we've introduced now currently shipped. So I did want to cover that.